Welcome everyone to Sudbury Talks with Gwen Price. And March is Women's History Month, and I wanted to celebrate women in business. So I'm very happy to have with me today Devarati Angela Sammon. I got that correct?
Yeah.
And Devarati, you have a jewelry business. And what's the name of your business?
It's Devarati Jewelry by Design.
Okay. And how long have you been doing that?
I started in 2007, mirroring together, playing with stones, which I love so much, and silver. And I started school in 2010. I went to George Brown, did their jewelry art and design, which is a 3-year program.
Okay.
And so learned to be a goldsmith, silversmith, model maker, CAD work.
Well, I've always admired people that are artistic, because I always say I draw stick people. I have no talent that way at all, but I admire it, somebody that can take some stone and some metal and create beautiful jewelry. And where do you present your stuff? Is it online, or do you go to different types of what do they call those? So I'm thinking of like
pop-up shows or galleries or whatever.
Yeah, whereabouts do you have your
So
jewelry?
in the summer, the South Bay Gallery in South Baymouth on Manitoulin has quite a few of my earrings.
Oh, nice.
And I started making earrings, so it's I got a selling point. I do have a website that is currently been switched to a new domain, and there's a bit of technical issues, but it is devaratijewellery.com. And so I'm hoping by next week it's going to work.
Well, that's always fun. I know.
And I have pictures of my jewelry on Devarati Jewelry by Design Facebook or Devarati Angela Sammon Facebook. I post pictures, some of the new items, or I get these notices a year ago or 2 years ago, memories kind of thing. So I'll repost some of those.
Yeah. Have you got any of your work there that we can take a peek at?
Yeah, let's and so I have a background. My first career hat was a chartered accountant in Toronto.
Oh, well, that's a little different, eh?
And then I went and taught meditation throughout Canada, US, and Europe.
Beautiful.
So I have that spiritual background, so I like to bring it in my jewelry. So you'll notice like the infinity symbols in here, the eye of God with the infinity. And I love canoeing in nature. So I have a nature series like water and the canoe or kayak series along there. Nice. And then playing with doing the equinox, the sunflower and the moon, so having that variety, and have the cross for people who, want the cross. And I do any combination, like, it could be a necklace, bracelet, anklet, rings. The necklace I have on, has that combination of the eye of God and the infinity, and the bracelet has all infinities on it.
Oh, beautiful.
And then I do a smaller version. Lately, the women are ordering the smaller version, and couldn't locate it this morning. I had it out for someone to show. So,
and it's all sterling silver.
It's all sterling silver. I do sterling silver a lot to show, but I do custom orders in gold. Like, I'm also a trained goldsmith. And so I do orders, design orders, ring orders. I also do repair work. So I assess rings to see if your prongs need to be retipped or redone.
I have lost stones over the years.
I do that.
And then some days you feel it catch or whatever, and oh, please.
Yeah, I had a lady last night that called me, is going to drop off a ring to get it retipped. So I did that because I was trained in repair work at George Brown. So you learn a lot of things. And the third year really helped my fabrication ability of jewelry, like more design work, more complicated work.
Yeah. Is silver easier to work with than gold?
Actually, gold is.
Really?
Yeah, gold
For some reason, I have this idea that silver is really malleable or whatever, and would be easy to, really, I wouldn't have thought.
Well, gold does get harder faster if you're doing a lot of twisting and turning, but it's a lot easier to work with and to solder. You can pinpoint the solder, whereas silver piece, you need to heat the whole piece for the solder to melt. So it's a different way of working.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And where do you source all of your stones and your metals and that?
Well, I've traveled kind of throughout the world, and so there's some of the stones I've picked up in Europe and the US and Canada. And the gems, I have a few gem dealers that I deal in Southern Ontario. One of them, he used to come to the school to sell us gems for our projects, and we continued that relationship. He's come up to the Sudbury Gem and Mineral Show. And I have a booth there now too, whenever we start back up.
Yeah.
And so he developed the relationships. George Brown was great in having you meet the industry. You know, one of our projects was go meet 10 people in the industry on Queen Street. And so it was like, they had us very quickly meet the jewelry industry.
Oh, nice. So were you located here in Sudbury or? Yeah.
Yeah, I moved back to Sudbury in 2015. So it's, yeah, I'm here in Sudbury.
So when people want to, like, how did you handle it through COVID? Is everything like, people do it by mail or how do you handle selling in a world where, nothing's open, right?
Yeah, well, some of it was online because I've taught retreats in the US and Canada. Some of the people who attended the retreats really like the energy I work with in meditation, and my jewelry resonates with that energy. So I have a few that will call me every year. It's time to buy a new piece, and so luckily that's what they did this past couple of years. They've called to design pieces. The website started creating sales, and so I'm looking forward for that the domain to kind of host to work things out so we can get that going. Paro has been great to assist with grants, so having a marketing person work with me with a marketing plan, and so we're looking at moving it out that way. And sometimes it was at the door with a little table and spritz like in the outer hallway, and they bring their ring, and I'd have the sizers, and they'd give me the size of the ring, and then sprit, so it was a bit like, okay.
Well, it certainly gave a lot of people some challenges, right? And luckily, some people were able to adapt because, they could do things online or they could do things, by mail, or every business was different. And now as we're getting through the worst of it, I'm sure some of those events will open up again and have some more traffic. That would be great. I know.
It'd be nice. It's like we had our first, I'm a member of the Sudbury Lapidary Society, and we had our first meeting on Tuesday in 2 years.
Wow.
And it was just great to connect.
Yeah.
And then we were in the meeting room afterwards, our board members, and we chatted for another hour and a half. It's like, wow, you tell we haven't been together in a while.
Yeah, that's what I miss most, because I used to do a lot of networking, and I miss that so much. It wasn't always women, but I'd go to the chamber events, things like that, and I miss that so much. And I'm hoping that we can start to do more and more of that. And, because it's a very good tool for somebody in business. You get to meet people from all walks of life in different businesses, and it really helps we help support each other in a way. Yeah. Well,
I've noticed that women in business, in Sudbury, I've been supporting women in business in Sudbury. It's been awesome to see that support come through.
Yeah, well, and that's why I wanted to do this for Women's History Month, was just because I know small businesses, it's hard to afford advertising. It can be very expensive when you're a small business owner. So I thought this would be my contribution, and to get to know you too, because we haven't had a chance to meet either, and maybe we will soon when these networking events start up again. So is there one event coming up soon? In the springtime, is there something that's going to be occurring shortly, or
not? The Sudbury Gem and Mineral Show is looking to happen in July. The thing is, we rent the the arena in Minna Lake and Bancroft. And so right now it's being used for providing COVID shots, the vaccine.
Yeah.
So we're looking to the end of April to get confirmation whether we are a go for July. And the gallery is going to be hosting my jewelry from June onwards. And I'm going to be doing a pop-up visit the first, not the 1st of August, but the weekend after. The weekend right after. And so I can, let people know where I show up. And where I'm invited, because some people will say, can you come and just show some of your jewelry or some of your earrings, and I'll do that. Just recently, the hair salon Simply Hair was showing my jewelry. And
that's a good connection there. Yeah, for sure.
So some vendors will do. Jan Browning Boutique has invited me to come back. So we have to set up a time. I don't know yet when that will be. So it's different venues in downtown Sudbury have been very amazing.
Well, I find, the downtown businesses like to support each other, and some of them would be definitely a good fit for your jewelry. So that's great. And I'm going to put all of your links on this post too, and spread the word, because it's a lot of it is word of mouth, but social media is a wonderful thing, and to to be able to see some of your work, and it's beautiful from what I can see.
Thank you. I'm also on Instagram, and we're going to be putting more on there. It's at Devarati Jewelry by Design. Is on there. And Pinterest, I'd have to look it up what it's called. I think it might be Devarati Jewelry by Design.
Oh, you're on there too? Okay.
It's been a while. We're going to be working on beefing.
Well, because both of those, Instagram and Pinterest, they're both very visual. I find it's you can even get into TikTok too. I think I've reached my limit of all my social media platforms, because you can spend all day on it. But to feature your work, for sure, Instagram is a wonderful one. It's pictures, and I find it's much more positive sometimes. People are in a better mood on Instagram and Pinterest too, because they're typically looking to see ideas and things like that. So but all of it is a great tool, and that's why I use it too, to try to spread the word about my business, but also about other people's businesses too, because we all kind of very much social media people nowadays.
This is a piece that I did to represent the kayak on water, or the canoe on water. And so it has the water underneath. And if you look at my website, I have a bigger version of it too, and then I have earrings to match, whether you just want that underneath or just that, or the combination or whatever. It's funny that the camera's not catching both pieces. Right?
But well, definitely, like I say, I'll put those links so people can have a look at, and certainly when your website gets up and running too, I'll put the link, and whenever it's ready, they can click on it. That's beautiful.
And this is a popular item, a lariat, and can be whatever size. I can make it stay in one place, or we can, make other arrangements. And some people like to have 2 infinities, or I do a variety of different versions of it. So a lot of my jewelry, I can adapt, even my earrings. If you see an earring with a hook and you want to leave her back, you let me know. Like, if you want to post, let me know. And I've just recently picked up some gemstones in Southern Ontario, so I'm looking at doing more posts. So
no, and I like the simplicity, but it has an elegant look to it. It's very beautiful.
It tends to be my jewelry. It's been defined as fine jewelry that is elegant, with a spiritual nature, and I love to make it beautiful, so it empowers women to feel beautiful, and it empowers women to buy gifts to express love. It's like,
that's wonderful. It is.
It's like that.
Sorry, it just cut out there for a second. I think I lost the last little bit of what you said.
I talked about, you know, I like to make jewelry beautiful. Like I really learned how to do the metal finishing. And so the jewelry has a spiritual aspect, and it has a beautiful aspect. And it's a way for me to empower women to feel beautiful and empower people to give a gift of love, to express love with a beautiful piece.
And that's a wonderful sentiment for sure. I mean, we, in this crazy world that we're living in right now, we need to feel empowered because we feel sort of out of control in a lot of it. And you know, there's people need to have something good in their lives. And I think your jewelry might fit the bill for a lot of people for sure.
Yeah. Well, speaking of peace, I've gotten a back. They'll wear a pair of earrings and they just touch it. They'll touch it.
Yeah.
And it's like they feel peace.
Like it
helps them to be here and now.
Yeah, I can understand that feeling that you know, sometimes you just need to touch something to be reminded of something good. Because like I say, there's so much negativity, and I like social media, but we all know it can just sort of eat away at your soul sometimes with all the negativity. And I much prefer to spread some positivity, right? Oh, well, thank you so much. It was great to meet you. And like I say, I'll post all your links there on my social media. And I wish you much success because you have some beautiful pieces there. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of interest from people. And as those events start opening up again, it'll get even more so, because that's what I've been missing is all that connection with the Zoom has been great because we could do it safely, meet, and sometimes, you know, we've interviewed people that might be in BC, and how would we have done that pre-COVID? You know, it's very hard to schedule, and when you have no money to invite somebody into town to pay their hotel bill, so it's a great tool, I find, but you can't. It doesn't replace that in-person interaction that we're all craving again. So
yeah, I've been loving like the Zoom though. It's brought a lot of people together worldwide. Like I teach in meditation, and then I run like advanced meetings, you know, weekly, and it's been great to see the connection and how people are growing. You know, people that have been in remote areas showing up to these meetings and just seeing their growth. It's been awesome. Because my main desire and my main, I guess, purpose, I feel, is to help people experience peace. So I teach meditation to do so. I make jewelry to help you do so. And I'm a holistic practitioner and I help you do so. So however I can help you to experience peace, and even accounting. Tax returns, they may come in stressed and they feel peaceful afterwards. So it's like, however I can help you experience peace, I am there.
And that actually was my word of the year. I think a couple of years back was peace. You get to a stage in life where all you want is peace. You don't want, and I try to keep out the drama from my life as much as I can, but it's hard. I mean, we're in a very complicated world, and certainly there's a lot of places that are not at peace right now. And however, but you're right, being able to reach out to people all across the world, how would you have ever been able to do that not that long ago, right? So so it's a great thing that we're able to do that. Well, thank you again. And again, it was so nice to meet you, and I hope to do that in person, and all these events start going again. And thank you so much.
And I send everybody a big virtual hug. Some people haven't been getting as many hugs as you're supposed to. I send you a big virtual hug.
I'm a hugger, so I've been going into withdrawal for the last 2 years. Well, thank you so much. It was great to meet you.
Thank you, Gwen. It was nice to meet you too. Look forward to seeing you in person.
Yeah, take care. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.